Hey man, I know. You're probably feeling incredibly stuck. You have these goals, these big dreams, these aspirations, but you just don't know how to accomplish them. You know what you want to achieve, but not how. You're endlessly scrolling to TikTok and Instagram, you're watching these self-help videos on YouTube, just like this one, but nothing really seems to work or bring you any steps further. I've been there as well. Trust me, I know how it feels. It's like a loop of feeling motivated, trying a few things, but then seeing yourself bounce back to normal again. And nowadays, when I ask people why they don't accomplish their goals in life, I always hear these three answers. Most people think they lack energy, they lack time, or they lack knowledge. Sounds familiar? Actually, none of them are the real reason why you're stuck. All that you're lacking is just focus. Because let's be honest, if you could just put your head down and focus for a couple months or even years, you will be amazed how far you can get in life. To take back control of your life, you need to take back control of your own mind. And you're lucky, because today we're going to do that with something I call the brain reset. And I'm not talking about giving you some simple tips and tricks, no. I'm talking about a hard reset, like a factory reset for your brain, to clean it from all of that crap that you have watched online and the bad habits that you have built in the last few years. Focus is all that you need. It is a skill that can be learned just like anything else, but it's easier said than done. And I need your 100% attention if you want to make it work. So like I said, focus is one of your most valuable assets. It is like the bridge that leads towards your goals and a successful life. But focus is something that can easily be stolen from you if you don't watch out. When you try to focus, whether it's reading a book, learning a new skill, or working on a project, most people get distracted within seconds. They have their phone laying next to them, notifications are popping up every minute, the mailbox and multiple tabs in the browser are open. They listen to music or podcasts while trying to focus on specific tasks. Way too many distractions that currently take control of your mind. So today I'll share what worked for me on how to get more deep focus and then stick to it and keep it, to make sure nobody can rob you of your focus. But unfortunately, this is not something that you will learn by just watching a 10-minute video. I'm sorry. There's only one way to gain back control of your life. And instead of just sharing some knowledge with you, I would like to challenge you on this one today. Because the only way to get back 100% control of your life and your mind is through this brain reset, this dopamine detox that you do for at least 1 week, but ideally 2 weeks or maybe even more. It depends on your current situation, your goals, and your current willpower and mindset. So, are you in? All right. Let's explain how it works. In order to reset your brain, there are just 4 rules that we will be applying during this period. And the first one is avoiding all dopamine. A complete detox. And this includes no YouTube video, no adult films if you know what I mean, no junk food, no music, no social media, no coffee, and some other things that overstimulate your dopamine levels. And please pay attention, because this first rule is the most important one. You need to reset your dopamine standards that your brain is currently used to, because that is really what messes up your focus right now. Because let's zoom into these 6 things that I just mentioned. The first one was no YouTube videos. So let me explain. Watching YouTube videos may feel productive, but it isn't. A lot of you grow into these self-help junkies that need to watch self-help videos in order to feel productive. Well, it's actually just entertainment. It messes up your commitment to just one thing, because all of these gurus are saying something different. And if you count up the time of all of those videos and used it for building a business or actually learning a skill, then probably you would have been much further in life than you are right now. But if you need to watch YouTube videos for doing research, for example, I can understand that. And in this case, you can download a Chrome extension that makes your recommended videos and all of the other things around YouTube disappear in your browser. It's a great life hack. And then the second thing I mentioned to avoid is for all the naughty boys over here. So the rule is no adult films, and I hope you're not even doing that, but unfortunately 3 out of 4 young boys in this generation are addicted to playing with themselves. Don't let me even get started on the bad effects this has on your brain and your future. It's disgusting, but most importantly, it's haram. And with these adult films, I mean those Instagram models on your timeline as well. Unfollow and delete everything. So then we have junk food. They say you are what you eat, and it's true. It is simple. What you put into your body and what you eat will determine how your overall energy is. So make sure to eat healthy and take care of your body. So the next one is no music, because music shuts off your brain. It makes you stop thinking. Music stimulates and influences your emotions. For example, if you listen to happy music, you might feel happier. Or if you listen to these rappers, you might feel motivated for a moment. You create or stimulate emotions that are not real. Also, try to not use social media because, let's be real, social media is the fakest place that exists. Everyone only shows the beautiful side of the story to get views and likes. It's the biggest distraction and waste of time there is. So the best thing is to completely delete it during this detox, or use it for a maximum of 30 minutes a day. And in that case, you can use this application called App Blocker that allows you to set timers and limits to the amount of minutes that you can use specific apps on your phone. And then we have the last one on that list that I just mentioned, which is no coffee and caffeine. And look, I don't drink coffee at all, mainly because I don't like the taste of it, but also because I see how much people are depending on it. It is like gasoline for them. If they don't have coffee in the morning, they cannot start their day. I mean, come on. Long story short, avoid all dopamine for the upcoming days. I just mentioned these 6 things that are the most important ones, but you can even expand this list with other things that causes spikes in your dopamine system. And remember, we do this to reset your brain and protect it from all the external dopamine stimulation that disturb your focus on the things that matter. But this was only the first rule of this detox. And like I said, there are 4 that we will be applying. Are you afraid of the next ones? Well, I have good news. There are a bit more simple rules. The second rule is to add a minimum of 2 hours of deep work to your daily schedule. Now that we have avoided all the dopamine stimulating activities, it's time to replace that with some focus and productivity hours. So let me quickly explain what deep work sessions mean. Deep work is 100% concentration for a specific amount of time to one specific task at the moment. These are the hours that make my whole day. After I wake up in the morning around 5:30 and finish my prayer, I immediately start a deep working session of 4 to 6 hours without distraction every day. That means that at 11 a.m. I already did more than the average person in a whole day. During a deep work session, you put your phone on airplane mode and completely focus on your most important task of the day, without getting disturbed. It could be learning and applying a new skill, working on a project, or getting some to-dos done, whatever. Just be productive and fill those hours with activities that are in line with your long-term goals. And ideally, you schedule these deep work sessions in the morning, because after waking up, your brain has the best focus since it hasn't received too much external input yet. And remember, at least 2 hours, but ideally more than that, of course. And then we have the third rule for this brain reset, which is meditate and pray daily and on a consistent basis. In order to get control of your own mind, you need a clear overview and guidance in life. Start your day with a prayer, setting your intentions straight, remember where you are living for, and finish your prayer with 15 minutes of meditation. Let the thoughts pass by and see how your vision becomes more clear. It just takes a couple of minutes in the morning. And not only the holy books tells us about the benefits of prayer and meditation, also multiple scientific studies shows us that it reduces stress and has positive effects on our mental and physical well-being. It's crucial. And to my fellow Muslims out there, pray on time, because the only true success is calling you 5 times a day. Now let's move to the fourth and last rule that applies, which is exercise for at least 30 to 90 minutes a day. So I've been thinking about whether I needed to put this rule to the list, because this rule shouldn't even be a challenge. It should be a normal standard. The recommended minimum amount of daily exercise is 30 minutes a day. Just 30 minutes. Yet more than 85% of the population does not even get close to this. In today's Western world, life is becoming too comfortable. People are sitting and working behind a desk, taking the car to work and ordering food in the evenings. But our body wasn't made for an easy life. We humans are purpose-driven. Did you know that you can prevent illness and diseases just by daily exercising? It has a huge impact on your mental and physical well-being. It improves your overall cognitive performance of your brain. It reduces stress, improves memory, improves the quality of your sleep, boosts your immune system. Do you need more proof? Exercising must be included in your daily routine. And exercising means movement, building strength and keeping yourself in a good physical shape and condition. Whether it's through fitness, running, football, whatever. Get your lazy ass off that couch and start moving, even when it's so crucial. I don't have enough time is the most common excuse. So that's why I had to put it to the list. And let me tell you one last thing about this. You have 168 hours a week, and you tell me you can't set aside at least 30 minutes a day to prevent diseases, feel better, and get a longer and better quality of life? It's really up to you. Alright, so those were the 4 rules of my dopamine brain reset. So once again, avoid all dopamine, at least 2 hours of deep work a day, meditate and pray daily, and a minimum of 30 minutes of daily exercise. It's simple, but hard. And I'll challenge you to do it for at least 1 week, or ideally 2 weeks or even more, if you are a real one. And it's not easy. On average, 40% of people finish a 1-week detox, 50% finish 2 weeks, and less than 5% do it for more than 1 month. So to become a top 5 man, you know what you need to do. And lastly, after finishing this detox, make sure to not fall back into your old patterns and lifestyle. Bad habits sneak in if you don't pay attention. After finishing your detox, you slowly make it a way of life. Good luck.